Great morning, great morning, great morning. I am Nicole D. Jones, and I'm just happy and thankful for another day. I'm happy and I'm grateful for you. I don't take days lightly, I don't take them for granted. Forgive me for walking around with this iPad today. Um, God is doing amazing things, and I am actually at a daycare that we have just acquired. So, for those of you all who were on the call with Brandy last week as our subject matter expert and our guest, I know she and I had kind of briefly talked about some things that God was doing, and He did it. He, of course, has shown up and showed out, and we are in a new facility that God has been able to bless us with. So I am happy and grateful today. And I just want to come on here this morning because it's Meal Prep Monday, of course. And we, do this once a week. Let me set this right here. Hopefully it's not too dark, but we do this once a week, just kind of getting ready and getting prepared. And I think it's so profound and so perfect in timing because this is actually a manifestation of what happens when we apply the work and understand financial prosperity. We just came out of that, and God laid down the foundation. Okay. He laid down the foundation for us to know, in the beginning, when we started this journey, beginning of the year, we went back and every month we have been willing to work on ourselves. We've been willing to take the steps that we need to take to just give God a yes. And I am elated because I know this last month he just really have been laying on my heart about understanding financial prosperity and really understanding that if we give him a yes, he's not looking for perfection. He's looking for a yielded heart and a vessel willing to be used. And in that, he's able to give us the things that he has that goes along with our purpose. So I'm super happy. I'm super grateful. This is actually the acquired building is over 7,000 square feet. And not only did God do it, the daycare that was here previously left everything. So it's ready. And then on the other side, it's like two businesses in one because the other side is also adult daycare. So it's going to be a 24-hour facility. But I bring all this to you just to really encourage you on this week, as we go through and we're understanding who we are, we're understanding whose we are. We have to get to a place because we are in December. It's December 6th. So that means that there's, I don't know how many more days, 1, 31, 15, whatever. But whatever. December 31st ends the year of 2021. And one thing that I am believing God, and I just know he said that it's a fixed fight. We've already won. We will end this year strong. So I encourage you, and God did this in less than 60 days. Okay. When God gives you vision, he always makes provision, no matter what. We got to get to a point where we don't get caught on what we see with our natural eyes, but what we see with our spiritual eyes. So I encourage you to remember that you are healthy, you are wealthy, and you are prosperous. When we give God a yes, and when we're willing to yield to him wholeheartedly, all right, understanding that we're not going to do everything right. Everything is not perfect. Okay. He's not looking for that, but he is looking for a yes. He is looking for a heart that's open when he tells you, chastise, convict, or whatever, like, hey, you got to stop doing this. Go this way, do this, that we're just willing to do it. Okay. And in that, I believe a small portion of what is ours in this season is financial prosperity and wealth that is established and shown outwardly because we understand that we're wealthy inside. Okay, we're healthy in our body, we're wealthy internally. And because of that, the prosperity is what shows. That's why everything that my hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow. Do you believe it though? All right. This year, there is nothing that we have missed. Okay. So if you have not already, then you need to go back to the YouTube. I am Nicole D. Jones. Pull it up by a topic. We understand that faith isn't enough. All right. I hate to go against religion, whatever, but faith is not enough because it says in the book, faith without works is dead anyway. You have to believe. And in order to believe, you have to be willing to feed your five senses. Okay. You have to be willing to feed your five senses because the desire is what's going to increase the belief. By faith, Brandy and I stood together. We prayed every day, just believe in God. And when she shares the whole testimony, like, God, this is a God thing. Okay. It's a God thing. But I encourage you, when you choose Christ, when you choose Jehovah God, when you choose righteousness, when you choose to peel back your layers, when you choose to die to yourself, when you choose to be the vessel that you created and called to be, when you choose to walk in victory, when you choose to walk in abundance, when you choose to walk in overflow, when you choose to be who God has called you to be, when you choose to turn the other cheek when someone does you wrong, when you choose to be the glass half full and never half empty. Whoo, my God. He can't do anything but increase your territory and increase your land. All right. So it's Meal Prep Monday. And I just want to encourage you. I want to encourage you. All right. It's December 6th. We got about 3 more weeks in this year, in this calendar year. But I don't know about you, but I don't go off of a calendar. I go off of the timing of God. I understand that a calendar, a clock, all these things are put into place to document and account for this journey. But God is a God that can move in a moment. The question is, are we ready for the move? I'm starting to believe that some things are held up, not because they're not what's rightfully mine, but because I'm not ready. See, when we choose to just get ready, when we choose to just be who we are unapologetically, submitting, we have a posture of submission to Jehovah God. We walk out humility. I believe that all things will come together. They got to work because all things work together for the good of those that love him. And I love him. And I see things coming together. And it's not dictated on what my bank account says. It's not dictated on someone else's feelings or opinions, but it's all dictated on giving him a yes and what he's saying. All right? So I encourage you today. To stand with your head up and learn to be. Be willing to peel your layers back for you. Be willing to be the best you for you. Be willing to want to tap into all that God has for you for you. Man, I'm telling you, Meal Prep Monday, I want you to remember that you have all authority and power in your tongue, all right? You can speak those things that are not as though they are, but you got to be ready and willing to put in the work. You have to be ready and willing to put in the work, all right? Your video has to line up with your audio, or else your talk becomes cheap, all right? But we're royalty, all right? We walk in kingship, all of that. So know who you are, know whose you are, and continue to walk in it. And just trust God. Learn his voice for you so that when a stranger speaks to you, you won't follow it. And know that in those areas that you're willing to pull back, you're not doing it alone. There was a comforter called Holy Spirit that was left here. He said he'll never leave me or forsake me. He's always with me. All right. So we got to be willing to make that decision and make that choice. But I guarantee you it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Okay. Everything becomes worth it because everything that you do is what's predestined and preordained for you anyway. All right. So I want to remind you, as always, that you are healthy, that you are wealthy, that you are prosperous. Everything that your hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow. There is nothing too hard for God. There is not a dream that is too big when it comes from God. If he gave it to you, he's going to make it come. And like I said, financial prosperity is a portion of what we'll have through this journey. And I believe it wholeheartedly. I believe it because in order for us to grow even kingdom, it takes resources, it takes money. All right. But I believe when you have the vision, the provision is what is made by God. He'll teach you how to tap into things and teach you how to tap into places, even financially, where resources and money will come that you've never had before. But do you believe it? Do you believe me? It don't matter what you see. It doesn't matter if you don't believe it. Either you believe what I'm saying or you don't. But I have no reason to lie to you. I would never lie on God. I would never lie on him. But again, I just want to say, what time is it? Oh, I thought it was over 10:30. I thought it was past 10:30. I'm getting excited by myself. I just want to come on here as I do every week. And I just wanted to remind you guys and encourage you, because I know we meet once a week, but finish strong. Know that this is a fixed fight. We've already won. So your portion, want it for you. Don't forfeit it for anybody else. And definitely don't forfeit it behind yourself. Okay? Take the tools that we've learned all this year and apply them. Keep your posture anchored in Jehovah God. And just know that he wants the best for us all. I believe that wholeheartedly. I know it, all right? I just don't believe that we're supposed to come through this journey and live a mediocre life. I don't believe we're supposed to be on this journey and not be free and not be peaceful and joyful and happy and all these things, and that things come to us gracefully. All right? Everything shouldn't have to be a fight, y'all. Okay? But when we're in the right posture, it's not. Everything flows. And there may be a little friction here and there, but that's just God trying to chisel some stuff out of us. But it's not a fight. I hope that makes sense. But it looks like some contractors came in, so they might need to get in here. I will not belabor the time, but I want you to remember to stay humble, to stay focused, and to stay positive, and to continue to be the best version of you unapologetically. Because I promise you, no one can do it better than you can. All right? So I am Nicole D. Jones, and I want you to continue to have a fantabulous rest of the day. Smooches.